Question. What is the latest phone out now? Samsung, iPhone. Ask yourself this question. How many times have you upgraded in the last 2 years? And then ask yourself, how many books have you read in the last 2 years? How many courses have you attended? What have you actually been doing to progress? It's funny because so many of us spend so much time focusing on upgrading these phones, these boots, these jackets, and we don't spend half as much time upgrading ourselves. Psychologist Daniel Goleman gave an analogy of two mindsets, and he used the BlackBerry and the Samsung. He's describing exploitation and exploration. He said, depending on your age, you'll know that BlackBerry once was the phone to have. There wasn't a better phone than it. However, one thing I personally noticed, and I don't want to offend no BlackBerry fans, but the reality was the oldest BlackBerry looked just like the newest one for a long period of time. For a long period of time, I could even tell the difference. And what Daniel Goleman was saying is BlackBerry had a product that was so good, when it came to the point for making a new one, they literally made little tweaks, little modifications, and they consistently done that until eventually they failed to see what the competition was doing. So they was exploiting their product because they knew people liked it. So they wasn't going too far away from the original product which they knew people liked. Whilst they were doing that, you had Samsung creating a Galaxy which was nothing like anything before that. He describes that as exploration. The reason he describes it as that is because they had to go well away from their comfort zone in order to attain that particular product. They had to step outside of what was normal in order to create that. Now the reason you could describe these two different brands and use them in regards to a mindset is because if you are doing the bare minimum in your life and expecting big results, then you're behaving like a BlackBerry. If you're doing the bare minimum in your life, expect your results to reflect your effort. But the reality is, what Samsung did is they came out of the comfort zone. They came out the cave of comfort that so many of us like to be in, because of course it's comfortable. The only problem with that cave is nothing grows. And when you understand that, you'll know that you can't proliferate. You can't reach your full potential trying to make little movements, trying to do just enough to get by. If you're looking at yourself today, you should be able to say that you're better than you was yesterday. When you're looking at how your life was last year, if your life isn't honestly better than it was, the reality is you're acting like a BlackBerry. But the moment you kind of step up and step outside of your comfort zone, me doing this right now is me stepping outside of my comfort zone. Me trying to give you this message in front of this camera is me stepping outside of my comfort zone. Why? Because I'm trying to create a change. It's not something I'm used to, but if I do what I've been used to, I'm going to end up getting the same results. In order to become someone you've never been, you really need to do things you've never done. That is the reality. And those are the words of Les Brown. And that's exactly what we need to be doing. I'll say that again. In order to do something you've never done, you must become someone you've never been. Two sides of the same coin. So what I would advise, and this is something I'm stressing myself, I'm really trying to do myself. I'm not trying to go on like I'm some guru or no monk. The reality is, it's hard, it's difficult. Because again, we've been conditioned to do things that feel right. But when you've been doing the things that feel right and the results you've been getting are the minimum and you're not happy with your life, you're not happy where you are, you're not happy with the results you've been getting, something has to change. And once you begin to change, everything changes. That's the reality. And I can honestly say, the moment I started to change my mindset, I started to notice that my results started to change. As a man thinketh, so is he. So just to close it up, stop behaving like the BlackBerry if the BlackBerry attitude is not getting you results. AKA, don't be doing the bare minimum just to get by. Just to do enough so you don't get fired. Just to do enough so she'll stay with you. Just to do enough so you barely pass the exam. Be positive in yourself. Be productive. And do your very best in all endeavours. Tomorrow's not guaranteed. Realistically, what you're doing right now is ultimately what's going to give you the result tomorrow. Spiritual leader Eckhart Tolle said, and this is what I want to close it with, the journey is important, but the only thing that's ultimately real about this journey is the step that you're taking at this moment.